of the build of the FMS Sky Blazer 80 millimeter. Beautiful jet. Did you check out those colors in my unboxing? Up close and everything? Absolutely stunning. So what we're going to do is we're going to start beginning with the build. So I'm going to turn this bird around like this. Inside the manual, they talk about putting on the front wings first. I am going to sit there and switch it up, and we're going to put on the rear end of the fuselage and the elevator and the rudder. And the reason why I like to do that is because it makes the plane easier to move around if you need to, instead of having the big wings on there, okay? Also, in the addendum part of the manual, they talk about putting on the push rods and everything first, but I don't do that until after, I don't recommend it, I don't do that until after I have it bound up and everything, and then all of the, everything is centered and everything. So, no, we're not gonna do that. And a lot of other people don't recommend doing that. I do not know why they actually talk about that. So, screwdriver that you're going to need is a 2 millimeter for all of the screws that come with it. And if you get yourself a magnetic tray so all those things sit on there. First thing is, we want to take our rear part of our fuselage and take these two pigtails, and we're going to run them through. There's a hole right there, okay? If you can see that right there, and push them through there. And we do that first. We just kind of line them up together and push them through. One is for the elevator and one is for the rudder. Guys, I'll tell you what, if you're watching the video or anything whatsoever, I would certainly appreciate a like. So go down and hit that like button right now for the video. That's the only way the YouTube algorithm knows whether or not the video is worth anything. Okay? So if you don't do that and you watch it, you don't have to leave a comment if you don't want to, but I would appreciate a like. Alright? So we're going to line that up there, like that. Pull these a little through, these pigtails. And we're just going to push the front and back of the fuselage in together. Now we have those right there. Elevator and one for rudder. Alright? Next is we have to tighten this in. The first thing is that they want, and we will follow the manual on this, we'll go from the bottom. We have right there. I'm going to screw one in there. So we're going to just tighten this down like that. They seem to be lining up. Very nice. Just tighten it down. And it's going into a metal socket. Nice. Now, there's two on each end of here. We have to open up the air brakes. And I'm going to open up this air brake right here with my thumbnail. And pull it open. Okay. Right there is where you're going to put the screw. And I'll put it on my 2 millimeter screwdriver. Line it up in there. Get it in there. Beautiful. I'll tell you something right now. I have not seen a plane so gorgeous like this in such a long time. The paint job and the color of this red and blue and the white and everything is stunning. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. You really have to see it in person. Now, you check out my video, I do give some nice clarity of it, and it is stunning. It's one of the most beautiful planes I haven't seen in a long time. I'm just going to close this one. I'm just going to push the servo arm down a little bit and close that. Okay? Now if you're liking this video, stop right there. Just hit that damn like button. I certainly would appreciate it. Like I said, YouTube only recognizes a video with the amount of likes. There's a lot of people out here. We're smaller channels. We like to know what you think, like the comments and everything. But if you give that like, It gives our video more exposure. All right, and I do everything the same. So I'm just going to push that down and collapse that. Fantastic. Wonderful. Now that's on. The next step is we are going to attach our elevator. Okay? Well, we have an elevator plug and we have a rudder plug. But we have two control surfaces for our elevator right here. Okay? So what happens is that you get this little pigtail. And it's got one plug in the front and two in the back. The first one you take and it's labeled elevator. Make sure your polarities are right. Dark on dark, light on light. And just plug that in there. And this is the elevator plug. Ah, there's 3 of these. Well, that's simple. Head around here. This wire right here is for your light. Your tail lights right there, okay? Or your backlights, whatever you want to call them. All right. So you take 2 of them off of here. It doesn't matter which ones they are, whatever it is, just put them in to each of the plugs on the elevator right there, okay? So make sure your polarities are all right, dark on dark, light on light. That's all you need to do, okay? So let me put those in there, and let's get another one. Doesn't matter, because they're not labeled, just as long as it's elevator, into the elevator. They're all clamped in. This other one, the last one, that is going to be for your lights. That is over on right here, okay? So all you have to do with that is, this is your light for your rear, and make sure dark on dark, red is in the center. So this is a black wire and a red wire, so that will go brown on black and red, okay? Just do it that way, plug it in, and that is it, okay? And we have a little bit of a jumbo of wires here. We're going to make sure there's a channel. There's a channel there, okay? And get them bunched into that area and push them up and forward as best you can. There's plenty of room, and that's what I'm going to do. Clear. Probably has to push down a little bit. So let's sit there and do this, that there. Seat that on there. When I get that seated on there, let's turn this around. Yeah, there we go. Very nice, very nice. Nice and neat. Nice inside there. Okay, getting that in there. Alright, really nice. Okay, that looks good. Not bad, not bad at all. As long as they're not pinched and, you know, whatever. So if they're pinched and something's not working, you're going to have to take it all off and redo it. All right. Looking great. Love this plane. Like and subscribe. Mostly, just give a like and a thumbs. Stop the video. Stop watching. Put that like button up and let me know what you think. All right. Thank you. Okay. Checked it all out. Looks nice. Everything is in there. Not going to have any issues or anything. It's not going to sit there and snap at me and yell. You got one screw to hold down the elevator. That goes in there like that. You take your 2mm, screw it down. What's wonderful is that these are all going into metal sockets. Absolutely fantastic. Just tighten it there. A nice little twist. Yeah, looks great. Okay, now what we have to do here is we have our rudder, and we are going to attach our rudder plug. Polarity, once again, dark on dark, light on light. That goes in there. So we have to get this down inside there. Make sure it's not pinching or anything. And get that in there. There we go. Really nice. Nice and nice. Nice. Everything looks good, lining up The screws are all lining up. The sockets are all lining up for when we put the screws in. Looking good. Looking good. First thing is, I want to do the first hole right there. Okay? Drop this down in there. Get that in. Tighten it. Make sure it's grabbing. Yes, it's grabbing. And it's going into metal on metal. I love it. I love it. I don't have to worry about that crushing of foam or anything like that. Because I'll tell you something. What's nice also, that's plastic right there. That part of the rudder is nice and plastic. Looking good. Then we got a hole there and a hole there. And those will be next. Let's get that one in there. Alright. Just tighten it down. It's so beautiful. I'll tell you, it is so gorgeous, this plane. You have to get one. You could use a couple of discount codes. My friend Angel at Nevada 08, or my new good friend Fats over at Fat Guy Flies RC, who's done some wonderful videos of this. Absolutely stunning videos of it. And I'd suggest you strongly check them both out. And their discount codes for both of their channels. Fats gets his off of Hobby Zone, and Angel is with FMS themselves. Okay, so let's get that in there, and then this back end will be fully assembled, and then we'll work on the wings. But it makes it easier if you just do the back first. That's the way I think it's better than putting it in the wings on first, because then you can't get in here and everything whatsoever, and it's just a good tip. But that's up to you. I'm just breaking away from the manual on that, that's all. Alright? Just tighten that up a little bit, make sure everything's nice and snug. Yep. And they don't have to be like you're but they're in there. They ain't moving. They're not going anywhere. Alright. That is our rear tail and our elevator assembly. Everything is in there. So next we're going to put on the wings, and we will go from there. It's not a major build. There's not a lot to do with the build, but just follow my steps and everything will be good. Like it. Let me know what you think. Appreciate it. Okay guys, we're going to put it on main wing. Now there's a little type of gizmo right there, if you want to say it, and there's a rubber band that comes packed on there, and what you want to do is take off this rubber band and get rid of that. Okay, and that brings that up, because that up and lowers the gear. So when you pull that down and then you put the gear in, and I'll show you that how this actually works. This is a quick connect. See that? There's no wires or anything whatsoever to put into the fuselage to connect the wings or anything. The wings itself have the quick connect right there. Love those metal gears. Everything is looking good. Alright. And what I'm going to do is show you how we do this next. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to take the first part of the wing and I'm going to push them down, and I'm going to put them into the slots and get them in there nice and tight. Alright, the first wing, we got 3 screws, 1, 2, and 3 right there. You have the screws all lined up there. 3 on each side, like I said. And I'm going to screw them in. Nice that the FMS really did a nice job at lining up the screws and the fittings and everything whatsoever. Really nice. And we're going to do the same thing for the other side, and that's attaching our main wing. Okay guys, this is all the assembly that's needed right there. 1, 2, 3 for the main wing right there. Looking good. Alright, we'll be right back with the final assembly of it. That is the build of this beautiful FMS F-86. 80 millimeter. It's beautiful. Look at those damn colors. Beautiful. Okay, so next is going to be the radio transmitter setup, and we're going to dig inside here, find out what that's all about. Okay, beautiful. That's the build.